Well, welcome to this bumpy 50-point inspection. I was in the middle of recording, so I've already poured this beer, and my camera shut off, and the file's corrupt. So, welcome to a fucking bumpy video right from the get-go. Yeah, this is Greater Good Brewing Company. They're out of Worcester, Massachusetts. This beer is called WOOO, and it is a 10% imperial juicy hazy IPA. The hops that are in it are Sabro, Ella, and Idaho 7 hops. I was talking about these hops, so let's talk about them again. The Sabro brings out some complex array of aromas, both fruity and herbal. Its fruity side is often described as stone fruit, sweet citrus, tropical fruit, and some coconut. The herbal elements tend to be subtle backdrop of wood, cedar, and sometimes mint, more recognizable in the finish much of the time. It also may have whispers of garlic and onion. Ella used to be called, or formerly called, Stella, but a cease and desist went out from Anheuser-Busch because they own Stella Artois, and they changed the name to Ella. The Ella hops are known to give off characters of spicy floral, kind of like star anise. When used, that's when they're used in like smaller amounts, but when they're used in greater quantities or in dry hopping, it tends to have tropical and grapefruit-like flavors. Idaho 7. Idaho 7 is known for their juicy tropical fruit and citrus flavors like apricot, orange, red currant, or not red currant, red grapefruit and papaya. They do have big notes of resiny pine, hints of floral black tea. Yeah, sounds interesting. Now we know what the hops are in this beer. When I poured this, I'm going to try to pour a little bit again just to regenerate the head that was there. It did have a larger, white, tight, bubbled head that was pretty frothy looking. It did die down. This is a 10% ABV beer. The color of the beer itself is a nice gold, and it is hazy. Aromas on this. It's tropical fruit forward. There's a bit of coconut aroma. There's pineapple, a little bit citrusy. I would say some grapefruit in there for sure. It kind of reminds me of another beer that I really didn't like, and that was from Left Hand Brewing Company. Their tiki, whatever it was. Yeah. But anyways, let's dive into the get some flavors here. Cheers. Bit of a bready maltiness up front. I did get a zing of an alcohol note in there, so 10% alcohol. The alcohol is slightly detectable, but right after the bready notes, it has that kind of tropical juice vibe going. I would say anywhere in the pineapple, bit citrusy, maybe a splash of mango type sweetness. The coconut on this one's not really coming through so much in the flavor. Now that I'm talking about it, yeah, tad bit of coconut appears in there, but this does have that kind of herbal, spicy, bittering finish to it. And I would say that, yeah, cedar would probably match up with that. It's kind of this, yeah, earthy, herbal type thing. Body on this one, I'd say it's a medium body, kind of a medium carbonation level. Let's go ahead and give this one a score. So the appearance, I'll give a WOOO a 6 out of 6. On the aromas, fairly nice. The hops are coming through like you'd expect them to. Good aromas coming through. The malt is a bit hidden, I think, in the aroma. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. If there was more of a malt note coming through, I probably would have given it a 10 out of 10 for the aromatics. But I think the hops are doing a real good job with that. Flavors, I'd say the hops a little bit disappointing in the flavors, just a little bit. I think like just a more pronounced flavor note from each type of tropical fruit that there would have been nice. I mean, you kind of pick it out, but it did take some time. I think, I mean, it's like a blended tropical mix for the most part, if you're not really searching. The alcohol note also being detectable, so I think, you know, that's kind of throwing it off a little bit too. But I'm gonna give it a 16 out of 19 for the flavors. The body on it's fine. It's medium body, 10% beer. It's fine. 5 out of 5. And for my overall on this one, for a big 10%er, with what the hops are giving off, I mean, I'm not a big fan of coconut in like IPAs myself, and I do know that when the Sabro hop is being used, that you're probably going to detect some coconut. It seems to happen quite often, at least my palate. But yeah, I'm not a big coconut IPA fan. Coconut in like a stout, yeah. But so I'll be at an 8 out of 10, just based off how the beer kind of is. It's not a harsh drinker at 10% per se. It is tropical. Like yeah, you could definitely have one of these on a vacation down in a tropical climate and be perfectly happy instead of drinking one of those foo-foo drinks. So there, great or good. And the WOOO, their imperial hazy juicy IPA is gonna get a BuMpY 44 out of 50, which is gonna land this as a very good beer. So I want to say cheers. Thank you all for watching.